Silence stretched after Dayang's last words. Not the peaceful kind. The kind that made the forest hold its breath. Because something worse than violence had just been acknowledged. Astraeon Malikharr, Moonlight Sovereign, Calamity-class entity. Living myth, regarded Dayang Marithiel carefully now. No pressure rolled from him anymore. No oppressive weight crushed the clearing. Moonlight dimmed, obediently contained. The royal veil guards who had been unconscious began to stir, gasping as if surfacing from deep water. One clutched his chest, another whispered a prayer. Above the canopy, distant Elari patrols steadied their flight, no longer fighting invisible gravity. Indra realized, only then, that he could finally breathe. Astraeon spoke again, his voice lower, tempered.
You claim you were protecting me.
Dayang did not raise her voice.
You said you could kill us 100 times before we realized it.
She stepped forward. Just one pace. The air tightened.
If I intended to kill you,
She continued calmly.
you would have died before you noticed I was standing here.
The forest shuddered.
And I could do it 1,000 times over, before you understood what had happened.
No flare. No aura explosion. No veil blade drawn. Just intent. Raw, ancient, surgical. Indra felt it like ice water poured directly into his spine. His instincts, honed, trained, disciplined, screamed absolute predator. Soraya stopped humming. Her fingers stilled. Somewhere far away across oceans and continents, King Elian paused mid-sentence, a sudden chill crawling up his neck for reasons he could not explain. Astraeon's pupils narrowed. Then, slowly, he inclined his head. Not in challenge. In acknowledgement.
I see.
And just like that, the last traces of bloodlust vanished. The Moonlight Sovereign became polite. Maktima snored softly, face still planted in the mud. No one addressed it. Some things were simply accepted as part of reality. Astraeon straightened and finally spoke as one introducing himself properly. No thunder. No weight, no intimidation.
I am Astraeon Malikharr, Moonlight Sovereign, Keeper of the Silver Quiet.
Soraya's eyes lit up.
Malikharr, Malik.
She frowned, tongue sticking out in concentration.
Astra.
Everyone froze. The Sovereign blinked.
Astra?
He repeated. Soraya nodded cheerfully.
Astra. Easier to remember.
A Calamity-class entity, older than recorded history, destroyer of civilizations, accepted the nickname.
Very well.
He said after a pause.
You may call me Astra.
Soraya smiled, then blinked, as if surprised by her own feelings, and smiled again. Dayang exhaled, the sharp edge finally easing, just slightly. She turned, gesturing Indra forward.
Suraya, ini Indra.
She placed a hand on the boy's shoulder.
Mulai hari ini, dia akan tinggal bersama kita selama 5 tahun.
Soraya's eyes sparkled. She tilted her head.
Oh, an instant brother?
She giggled.
Oh, but also instantly gone after 5 years.
Indra blinked. Something about the way she said that felt off, but he didn't know why. Not yet. Indra snapped to attention instantly.
I am Indra.
He said, bowing respectfully. First to Dayang, then to Soraya, then, after a fraction of hesitation, to Astraeon.
It is an honor.
He glanced at Maktima, still unconscious.
And to you too, Auntie.
He added politely. Soraya gasped.
Maktima! I have a new brother!
She grabbed Indra's sleeve.
Instant brother!
She beamed.
Like instant noodles.
Indra stiffened, processing this comparison with the seriousness of a soldier receiving orders.
I will do my best.
He said solemnly. Dayang pinched the bridge of her nose. Her gaze returned to Astra.
You mentioned others.
Astra straightened immediately. Somehow he mirrored Indra's posture.
Yes, Veil Warden.
He replied, voice crisp, respectful.
There are 4 who have heard the call.
Dayang's eye twitched.
For more headaches.
Astra hesitated.
Including myself.
She sighed.
Continue.
Astra swallowed. An impressive feat for a being of moonlight and legend.
The Sky King has already sensed the call. He will arrive.
The sky cracked. Not shattered. Cracked. Wind roared downward, trees bowing as clouds spiraled apart in a perfect, Terrifying pattern. A presence pressed in, not heavy like moonlight, but vast, commanding, absolute. Astra winced.
Now,
Soraya's eyes beamed with excitement. The wind did not howl. It waited. Above the clearing, the Sky King hovered in perfect stillness. Wings stretched wide, not in threat, but in assertion. The heavens bent subtly around him, clouds orbiting his presence like obedient courtiers. Dayang felt it immediately. Not fear. Wait. Her breath grew heavier. Muscles tightened without her permission. The world seemed slightly farther away, as if gravity had quietly renegotiated its contract. She remained standing, barely. Astraeon noticed. Moonlight softened instinctively, his own aura compensating, balancing the pressure without challenging it. The Sky King's eyes flicked to him, then to Dayang, then finally to Soraya. The pressure vanished. Just like that. Indra sucked in air sharply, barely aware he'd been holding his breath again. Around the clearing, Royal Veil Guards groaned as sensation returned to their limbs. The Sky King descended the final distance, talons touching earth without sound. When he spoke, it was not thunder. It was wind remembering how to be polite.
I am Aeronthyrus Skyreign, High King of the Endless Tempest, Lord of the Unbound Heavens.
The title rolled outward, testing reality. Reality held. His gaze never left Soraya. Soraya stared up at him, eyes wide, not afraid, but curious.
You are now Aaron.
Astraeon closed his eyes. Indra stared at the child in horror. Aeronthyrus blinked, once. Then slowly he bowed. A sovereign of wind, born from the first breath of the world, lowering himself until his vast head dipped below the tree line. Wind stilled everywhere.
Little Windstar,
He said quietly, voice stripped of thunder.
you called without command, and the sky answered.
Soraya gasped.
Astra! Astra! He called me a star!
Astraeon inclined his head slightly.
he is not wrong.
Dayang finally spoke.
Aaron,
She said evenly, using the shortened name without hesitation.
you will contain your dominion.
Aeronthyrus turned to her. For a heartbeat, Indra thought the world might split. Then the Wind Sovereign inclined his head, just slightly.
You are the Veil Warden who kills before motion.
He said bluntly.
Your reputation reaches even the unbound heavens.
No accusation. Just fact. Dayang met his gaze.
And you are standing over a child's home.
The statement hung there. Aeronthyrus looked down. The house, small, wooden, already warped from moonlight pressure and atmospheric dominance, creaked ominously. Astraeon shifted his weight.
We may wish to relocate.
He suggested gently. Too late. For a moment, just a moment, it almost felt normal. Soraya stood quietly beside Dayang, fingers laced into the Veil Warden's sleeve. Two sovereigns occupied the clearing, yet the world had not ended. The house still stood. The sky obeyed. Aeronthyrus Skyreign, High King of the Endless Tempest, allowed himself the faintest sense of equilibrium. Then Soraya tugged Dayang's shirt.
Auntie Dayang,
Yes.
She pointed upward.
isn't that a big chicken?
Silence. Indra blinked. Astraeon's ears twitched. The wind paused.
We got those,
Soraya added helpfully.
but smaller.
Aeronthyrus stared at her. Of all the titles he had borne, Stormlord, Sky King, Dominion of the Unbound Heavens, chicken was not among them. Before Dayang could speak, Soraya was already running.
Soraya,
Too late. She bolted toward the barn, laughter trailing behind her like sparks. The sound of squawking erupted almost immediately, followed by frantic flapping, and the unmistakable chaos of poultry in existential crisis. Aeronthyrus turned slowly.
What is she doing?
Dayang crossed her arms.
her thing.
She said calmly.
Wait a second.
Indra stood frozen, mind desperately trying to reconcile Sky Sovereign with farm animal abduction. Astraeon said nothing. He simply watched. 7 minutes passed. 7 long, deeply uncomfortable minutes. In the background, chickens screamed. Feathers drifted through the barn door. Surya could be heard negotiating loudly with livestock. Aeronthyrus stood there, immobile. Stormlight dimmed in pure confusion.
Is this
He asked carefully.
a test?
Astraeon replied, equally careful.
No.
Finally, Soraya returned. Victorious. She marched into the clearing holding a single, very traumatized chicken. Feathers clung to her hair, her clothes, her face. She beamed with pride.
Look!
She lifted the chicken up for Aeronthyrus to see.
We have many you here.
The chicken clucked weakly. Aeronthyrus opened his mouth.
It is, well?
Soraya continued cheerfully.
Sometimes Maktima catches one and cooks it for lunch or dinner.
Diang's eye twitched.
I bet
Soraya added thoughtfully.
if we cook you, we'll have dinner for everyone in the kingdom.
Absolute silence. Indra's soul left the chat. Astraeon stiffened. Aeronthyrus's blood, if such a thing could be said of wind and storm, curdled. Diang face palms. Hard. The Sky King straightened, regaining composure through sheer force of will.
Well?
He said carefully.
My young Windstar, that is a chicken.
Soraya tilted her head.
It cannot fly like me.
She grinned.
Well, our chickens can fly.
Astraeon's eyes widened.
Soraya,
Too late. Diang moved. Not fast. Instant. But even she was a fraction too late. Soraya had already channeled her Ilarion, gentle, curious, catastrophically enthusiastic, into the chicken. There was a crack. A sonic boom. The chicken vanished. Straight upward. The sky shattered into concentric rings as the unfortunate bird breached the sound barrier, then the stratosphere, then every reasonable expectation of poultry physics. Everyone watched. A white dot streaked across the heavens, around the planet. Once, twice, 3 times. Aeronthyrus's wings trembled.
Did she just...
Yes,
Astraeon said quietly.
she did.
Indra stared upward, mouth open. Diang lowered her hand slowly.
that was the frog incident.
She muttered.
Again,
Legend says the chicken never returned. Some claim it still orbits the world to this day. A silent, feathery testament to what happens when curiosity meets first light. Astraeon Malikharr, the sovereign of Moonlight, took one careful step backward.
I understand now.
He said softly.
While you were protecting me.
Diang nodded. Soraya smiled brightly.
See? It can fly!
The sky slowly healed. Ripples from the chicken's ascent faded, shock waves dissolving into distant thunder that rolled harmlessly across continents. Stars realigned, winds remembered how to flow, silence returned to the clearing. Aaron still stared upward.
it is still accelerating.
He murmured. Indra swallowed.
How many times? Around the world?
He asked faintly. Astraeon squinted, calculating.
Enough.
Soraya dusted her hands proudly.
See? It flies!
Diang inhaled long and deep, then exhaled through her nose. The house creaked. Not loudly, not dramatically, just a soft, tired groan. The sound of old wood realizing the universe had briefly forgotten it existed. Diang's eyes snapped sideways.
oh no.
A second later. Not an explosion. A delayed pressure rebound. Racing back along the path the chicken had carved through the sky. The shockwaves slammed into the clearing like an invisible wall. The sovereigns absorbed it easily. The forest bent. And the house suffered. The roof lifted half an inch, then settled wrong. Windows shattered inward. Dust burst from every seam. A support pillar groaned, splitting down the middle with a sound like a bone snapping. Then, one of the beams, old, stubborn, loyal for decades, tore free from its housing. It fell, slowly, almost gracefully, and hit the ground with a final, humiliating thud. Silence followed. Feathers drifted down from the barn like snow. Soraya stared at the fallen beam.
Oopsie.
Diang pinched the bridge of her nose so hard Indra thought she might crack bone.
That
She said calmly.
was the main beam.
Aaron looked at the house, then at Soraya, then at Diang.
We did nothing. Yes. The child did everything.
Yes,
Astraeon nodded solemnly.
indirectly.
Indra whispered.
Maktima is going to kill us.
Diang sighed.
No.
She corrected quietly.
First, she will wake up,
She glanced at the ruined beam.
and then She will kill us.
Soraya hugged Dayang's leg.
Auntie, rumah rosak sikit je kan?
Dayang stared at the damage, then upward, then back at Soraya.
Bolehlah.
The house creaked again, as if disagreeing. Soraya smiled brightly, but then her gaze drifted to the fallen beam, still half buried in the clearing. She knelt beside it, tracing the splintered wood with her fingers, lost in thought, a quiet shadow across her usually bright expression. The house had lost one beam. The world had lost nothing else. But Soraya, for a moment, was somewhere else entirely.